Hello, everybody. I'm really bored, and I've figured out that I've been in the Steam Powered Giraffe fandom for probably... Shut the door. Probably, like, over a year and a half, technically. About a year and a half. November 2012, when I went to YumaCon, which is the beginning of the month, and... to now, obviously, and will continue, who knows how long, but hopefully for a very long time. Mainly because the fandom and the band itself is very involving of their fans. There's always new material, they're very exciting, lots of changes that always happen, despite some changes being more liked than others. Change and all of this keeps me and everyone else active and participating. So that's why this fandom has been the longest in me being really involved. Part of my involvement has been doing fan art. So I've decided to blah 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 in segments my Steam Powered Giraffe only fan art, starting from the beginning to the end. So this part one is actually really short. It's the introduction, but it's only on a small section of my big sketchbooks. I call these sketchbook series. There are 7, and now I started another one, 8. These have been my books since 2007, a series of them. So yeah, that's the stuff. So we're starting here because it's short and whatnot, so Part 1. Today, we start here with the first Steam Powered Giraffe art in the sketchbook. This is probably in November somewhere. November. I was drawing I soon learned what the word headcanon means. I'm an old school fan person, so I used to be around when people said lemons. Anyways, they're still mostly established today. Fanon on what the robots look like underneath their clothing. Hatchers stayed mostly the same. Here, he has like a latch sort of chest. I still imagine that he works with pistons and hydraulic tubing. And I don't know exactly how that works. 3 toes. Ball joints, big round ball joints. And yeah, this is before Sam put the steam pipe on his head. And his eyes are glass. With a chameleon-like tubing around it. So that's why they're dark. The spine, still very similar. In my headcanon, he let himself be worked on the most by scientists in the military. So he wants his idea, which I believe is canon, is that he wants to be the most human-like and wants to be like humans. So his upgrades make him as seamless as muscle-like as possible. So it's like muscle exoskeleton over things. I've changed it so he has normal amount of toes. Wow, foreshortening, wow. Rabbit has changed the most. So, Rabbit has a cinch, kind of tube waist. Just like in the comic and canon, the elbows have gears in them. So, this part of the legs is changed because of the lack of the pants now. See, the pants are wide to hide it. These are basically like fluted fans. Whoop, ouch. Cat. Over the leg. And, the leg part is like a spring sort of thing. Whoop. Man, I'm not really good at this stuff. So, yeah, it's underneath and hidden under the pants. It's basically the thingamajiggy, my bobbers. So, obviously, Rabbit has changed now, but this was November 2012, so give me a break. This is one of the first pictures I live streamed back when my external old webcam worked, and I suspended it on the ceiling with Scotch tape, but my dad wouldn't let me anymore. So Its foreshortening is obviously bad here. It's them at the beach. There's the John. Oh, my John hand cannon for Toon John. I call these the Toon. You can tell it's Toon verse. My Toon verse from the eyes. And the John's springs. Spring belt. Rabbit has a specific eye. Yeah, true, of course, like this. Toonverse, my version of Toonverse is not really in play anymore. So yeah, this is pretty kind of typical beach outfits. In a teeny teeny polka dot bikini. Anyways, right from the get-go, I'm like, man, Rabbit is a robot. She cross-dressed for sure. Because headcanon time. I guess I'll explain in another video, but Rabbit, being that they're robots, there's no biological anything that even remotely determines sex. All of this is gender and nurture, not nature. So, up until the gender change, in October 2013, I just thought Rabbit was awesome for being androgynous and not giving a darn about expectations. So, Rabbit's totally feeling confident and normal doing this. Really. Some scribbles, Toon Spine. The last I really drew of him. Oh, look, it's Tim Curry as Satan. No, I'm serious. He's from a movie. My Spitfire, the Mime, OC. Let's see. Really? Oh. That must be for this. Look up the movie Legend, 1985, directed by Ridley Scott. You'll know who this guy is. Unfinished picture for a Deftones song. That's not seen by Jeff Played. Aha! I plan to finish this one day, but recent events with the page breakup has me, again, putting us on the back burner. This is July 2013. It is my headcanon on Honeybee, in that symbolically Honeybee was a ballet dancer. Not symbolically, she was. And, they had totes awesome times. This is supposed to be shadow from a light that would illuminate the music box of a bee ballerina, which represents Honeybee. So I had this music box headcanon motif symbol before Turn Back the Clock, so some people had this idea too. The music box symbolism is not originally mine, it's from the album art, but people were confusing the two songs, but I believe they're very separate. Turn Back the Clock's Julie has nothing to do with Honeybee. That's my idea. My interpretation. Here is some secret unreleased art. Shit. I want to complete this one day. It is an epic story, without words, of the John and Upgrade reuniting together, and they leave. This is my favorite thing now. I use fake watercolor. I dip India ink and water with a brush and dilute it to the tones that I want. So it makes a pretty cool effect. Here, I'll skip one moment. In this series, art Upgrade has been gone. Obviously, she left first. So she's wearing a full gown that is Edwardian and also Waltgerian. But it is Edwardian style, where people wore like tight button down and big poofy sleeves like that. So that's the second part of the picture. So if I don't finish it, I'll just publish these two facing each other. I did warn you, there's some dirty-ish stuff. That's totally not me. Totally not. Yeah, Rabbit. Okay, I did that on purpose, but Yeah, I can't lie. I got in the fandom mainly because they were attractive. I mean, I heard of the band 2009, blah blah blah, but years later, Yumacon comes along and, who are these hot dudes? I gotta get into it. And I admit it, they're pretty hot, so that's one of the things that gets me into fandoms, is, are the guys hot? Are the things attractive? And they are attractive. Here they are. Here's the meeting. Oh god, I love these. I just can't wait to find energy to complete this and make some poetic thing about it. Now, it doesn't have to seem or be Jup grade or John grade, the bot ship. I've made it... I mean, they're robots. I mean, they don't have to have a sexual drive. You don't have to interpret it as such if you don't want to. Blah, tiny hands. They're inked. It's too late to fix them. Yeah, so I should finish this series. I should. This is where she takes off the top hat, and see, the flower from her hat has fallen off. So, blank. The series will end with the top hat on the ground, and you see that it's just their feet, and they're slowly walking away into the distance, and the two birds that you saw earlier fly into the hat, and they build a nest, and they're all snuggly wuggly, and then they fly off in the eggs, and then it ends with a full picture of the rest of the robots standing around. No, I had plans. There was a top hat, and the baby chicks, and the mama birds flying off, and it's just the feet of the rest of the robots now, Hatchie, Spine, Rabbit, standing around. So, it I don't think I will show or draw it with their faces showing, but just their feet, and you notice them. So it's basically symbolically that John and Upgrade, Aaron Burke and John Sprague, have left the group, and they had left behind their contribution, and the robots are going to grow from that. This I put up many later. This is also July. I used then, at that time, Bunny's openness about and talking about her gender dysphoria as a subject for art. So I have the rabbit, Sun. I have the idealization, which is Bunny herself as a ballerina. Of Bile. Okay. I put the rabbit ears from her favorite rabbit hat here. And the Matter Mistress sort of look here. Because I feel like Bunny created Matter Mistress Bunny because she was frustrated at a little, not so much frustrated, maybe, a little frustrated, that she felt down about not being a girl in the group, and was vicariously, as she said, experiencing girlness in SPG, in the lore, through the Walter girls, so she made her own sort of thing. And then later, of course, she made Rabbit, and that's pretty happy, so. And Bunny as herself then, in her male clothing, which kind of fits because Bunny usually wears that hat, so it skull caps her head anyways. So this is a basic, this is based off a lot of art symbolism from the 1800s through the 1920s and 30s. It was a popular art subject, fantasizing and using for Art Deco, Art Nouveau, artsy-fartsy reasons, the Commedia dell'arte story, the symbolism between Perrault, who is the sappy lover, who doesn't really get anything, looking up to Columbina, the girl clown, the hot one, basically, the cute one. Commedia dell'arte is where mime, ancient mime, kind of came from. I mean, pantomime and modern clowning came from Italy's ancient troubadour storylines and character styles of Commedia dell'arte from Middle Ages Italy to beyond. So look up Perot and Commedia dell'arte for more info. So, Punk Rabbit. Oh yeah, I call this Chainverse. My Punk Rabbit needs a redesign now that it's Rabbit's a girl. So, I bought pants just like that. Well, now, buddy, Rabbit has this leggings. Yeah, I'm so happy. I predicted the future by accident. And this is an unfinished Punk spine. In Chainverse, I call him Goth or Manson spine. In Chainverse, Rabbit represents Punk, the spine represents Goth, and Hetero represents dubstep and rave culture, so. This is unfinished because I gave up and was too lazy to draw a guitar. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple reason. Oh, we're almost done. This was a group picture I didn't finish. That's me and Wimmy-Bam, my friend Koi. I was going to put all my friends here, and I do want to finish it someday. Sad! Not many people understood what the heck this means, and that's okay. It's a headcanon. The spine, this is set in the far future, has had many lovers. In his quest to be human, and his own need for perfection scared off a lot of women, so that some of them broke up with him, some of them he married, dated for long term. These are the ghosts of them because, as humans, we die. We're mortal. So finally, when he finally realizes Malfunction really loves him, and he finally goes with her, because he's been looking for the ideal of humanness, and failed. And he's sick and tired of people dying. So, he finally gets with Malfunction, which seems to be a healthier choice for him. Unfortunately, in this, there's a headcanon I have that there's a final battle with Cyborg, Beasel, the Beasels, and Malfunction sacrifices her life for him, as she had always done, and reciprocated love, and before he reciprocated, and now she's dead. And her dress turns into blood, and the spine is very sad, and he is haunted by the demons of, basically, of his dead lovers, human lovers, that taunt him that he will never escape the existence of death, that his loved ones will not last forever. So that's kind of depressing. He's very sad. He's very sad. This is an unfinished picture based off a song. I forgot the artist. Get on a freight train. What that a woman be doing to me? This is a sketch. I want to do it again on the bigger piece of paper, because it's a landscape. Rabbit is in a boxcar, and I sketched out the meadow, and she's sort of sitting there contemplating. Perhaps she's going to run away, and there's going to be a honeybee at the flower, and there's a landscape of mountains and trees and behind them. So it's going to be subtly doing a message of, like, she just broke up with honeybee. So, oh, this one, I'm really happy. I mean, just look at it. Look at the mist that shows sunlight and happy skies. And it's winter. I try to show that it's snow, and that Rabbit is sad. In her winter coat, trudging through the snow, sad, and the steam is the memory of honeybee. Yeah, I seem to really like this storyline, this imagined storyline I have of this mystery relationship of the character Rabbit and honeybee. So, you will see in the future more art about this. This is a sketch idea of a sculpture I want to do someday. A wire and clay sculpture of a scraggly rabbit pulling out a music box from her chest This time, this is a turn back the clock sort of fan art. So, it's supposed to be like her depression and why and being sad and whatever. Okay, dirty stuff, coming up. Somebody was talking about like, what is it like if the robots spank each other? So I captioned this clang, 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 because it's like metal and hollow and hatchy. I've always shipped Hatch Rabbit habit since the beginning, so I hate this picture. The color coding looks like a patriotic thing, so I'm not gonna do that anymore, but I like the design, but not the color scheme and the giant crotch. Hello, Hatchworth. It was about time I draw Hatchworth in a sexy lingerie, stripping, of course. This I'm still working on. This photo, this picture is going to blow people's minds. It's going to make you so sad. Thumbs holding a picture. 1938. Hatchworth and a woman, his lover. And they're at a party. So think of that picture in The Shining at the end. The spine and some background people. And here he is, holding it, leaned over. There'll be light from the fireplace. I think I want to refix this. And this is a prelude photo scene from a fic I wrote early 2013. Actually, it was 2012, December 2012. It's a very sad and uplifting 2-part fic that I think everyone should read. So maybe I'll post a link in the down below for you guys. Finally, the last picture I drew in this sketchbook to complete it. It is the spine mourning. I forgot which Peter died in the fire in space. So it's sort of like supposed to be set right when he hears it. It happened. So, look. I put grass over there. That's what it's supposed to be. So he's like sad. And then you can cue in Rocket Man and then cry. That is the point. I want you to cry at these pictures. So, I like this one too. I like lots of things. So, that's it for this sketchbook. This one is an important preview video because I just exposed, half done, and hopefully will be finished artwork. So, and here's a scan of my room and my clown dolls. Wait a minute. Clown dolls? 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 Clowns? Clown dolls? Clown dolls. Don't ask